Hey, this is Wolf from Barefoot Bushcraft, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into this video. Today we are going to take a Becker BK2 and we are going to put the Architect G10 scales on it. So these G10 scales, they retail in and around for about $80 to $90 American, plus shipping of course, and they are available at theknifeconnection.com, and you can see that's actually right there written on the package. These scales, again, they are G10. You could go micarta, I guess, depending on whatever your preference is. So we'll start here with the Becker blade. So we're going to remove it from its sheath right there, and we're going to set it here. Now, the cool part about this project is that when you buy these Becker scales, they come with everything you need, except the knife, of course. So we have our blade here. We're going to open the package and we're going to spill it out and take a look at what's inside. So of course we've got our beautiful new scales that I love so much. My favorite color, olive drab. It's got all the tools with it, which is one of the coolest parts about this build. And then of course it has different hardware for different blades. So this says hardware for BK4, 3/16 and other, so we don't need these because we have the BK2. This guy here says BK2 and others. So open it up and let's take a look at what's in the package. So we're going to spill them all out here. And this is where I really enjoy the Architect product from Knife Connection, is it comes with tools, which is kind of cool. So we're going to flip our blade over right there like that. And you'll see we have these three. So first thing we need to do is quickly take any little adornments you have on your blade off your blade, just because we're going to be working with it. So we'll take all that off, get rid of that. Once we unknot it, there we go. So these here are very large Allen keys, and it comes with the Allen key to take it off. So you put it in, you give it a push, and away you go. It should just come right out, just like this. Now on the other side of the blade, you'll see that the scales have little kind of like octagon shapes right there and there, so that way these will stick and they won't get stuck anywhere. So we're going to take all them out, just like this, and then take the next one out, just like this. You can use the fast remover for it if you want, which is the smaller side. And by that I mean this little L is faster to remove than if I were to put it in this way. It's a little slower to remove. But this is a new knife, so it's not like it's going to really fight me too much. I don't have to put any real force on it. It just opens right up. So take these guys off. There we are. And now I can take my scales. You might be able to sell them somewhere, whatever. It doesn't matter. But that's that. The scales are off the blade. So now I have my blade. Now these scales are specifically designed for what's called the skeleton tang, and that is the tang with the holes in it. So I'm going to do a test fit. I'm going to take my one set of scales. I'm going to put it on here, just like this. And I'm going to make sure that all the holes line up. So they do line up. And then we're going to flip it over. Now, you can see that these holes, they go into the skeleton tang there and there. If I were to just drop the sleeves in and drop them in through these holes, when I use the knife, the scales will actually move around and they won't stick proper, right? So just to be very aware of that when you put these scales on, all right, and the point goes at the end, so this goes on this side. If I were to just drop the sleeves in here and here, you're going to have problems with your blade in the end. So to fix that, the situation that they have come up with is these little tiny things here. They're like a little tiny cylinder. They're solid. So you put one in right there. You take the other one, put it in right there, and then you put it on. And you'll see that they go through the original factory drill holes. So just like this. And that's that. So again, what that will do now is they're on there and they will keep this from wiggling around. And you take your other one and you can put it on like that, and believe it or not, we are almost done. So you want to find these little sleeves, and they're hollow inside, you can see right there. You put a screw in one side and then you push it through and it just rests. It'll rest right in there like that, and you can see it here. Take another screw, put it right there. I always hand tighten everything at the beginning just for safety's sake. Make sure everything fits and your test fit goes really well. And it just sort of goes on in. There we are. So there's one. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way. I'm just going to put just enough to hold it to not fly all over the place. There's one. Put the other one in here. Again, how we do this. You take your little sleeve. You take one screw and you put a few threads in. Just enough that it's going to bite. Right? So you're just going to make sure it bites a little. Okay. Then you put it in. You can put it in either side. It doesn't matter. And then you take your little screw and you put it in on this side. And basically that's it. So we're going to screw this guy in as best as we can. And that's it. That's all there is to putting the new scales on your knife. So you can tighten those up as much as you want. Obviously, you know, you don't want to over tighten them in case you ever want to take them off. But that's that. So I'm going to put another couple rounds on that. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Make sure they're as snug as I can get them. You may have to, in the end, retighten them. If you are 1,000,000% sure this is the last knife scales you want on this blade, you can always put some thread lock or some kind of anything in there to make sure that they stay nice and tight. But you obviously don't want them so tight that you can never get them off. So that's that. So all the parts here from Knife Connection allowed us to take these old scales off and remove them and to put the new scales on, including all of the tools that we need. So it's a really great build. I'm really happy with this. I love the color. It's nice and grippy compared to these scales that come with it. For Ka-Bar, I'm really surprised, but it's a very slippy grip. So that's that. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Becker BK2 by Ka-Bar with the Architect G10 handles from knifeconnection.com. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing.